Hello, everyone. This is Rasa with very exciting news. We just launched a Patreon page to support You Must Know Everything. Go to patreon.com/YouMustKnowEverything to get a shout out and birthday greetings on upcoming shows. Vote on which vexing questions we should answer. Receive exclusive You Must Know Everything stickers and maybe even get a personalized video message from me and Dad. Again, the link is patreon.com/YouMustKnowEverything or follow the Patreon link on YouMustKnowEverything.com. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon if you can. It takes everyone to know everything, and we can't do it without you.
Hello, Rasa.
Hi, Dad.
How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Excellent. Are you ready to hop into your Smartmobile and zoom off to know everything?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Today, I want to talk to you about time travel, a real-life technique for going back in time and getting to do something again and again until the result is practically perfect.
Tell me.
Well, as you know, my job is to be a writer, and my time travel technique is drafting. I do a rough draft of anything I write, and it's messy and terrible, but that's okay, because as soon as I'm done, I can go back in time to the beginning. I can keep the best parts of whatever I wrote, cut anything terrible, and replace the rest with something in between. I can do a second draft, and a third, and a fourth, a 15th, a 50th, even a 500th.
Whoa, a 500th? It would be amazing by a 500th draft.
Yeah, over time, the good parts add up. The bad parts disappear. It gets better and better until it's all really good, or at least good enough for me to be satisfied. And along the way, I can get help from other people. I can incorporate their good ideas into what I write, and I never have to show what I'm doing to anyone else until the very end. So they think, wow, genius.
Sneaky.
Every book you've read was written this way. All writers use time travel, going back, building up their material, draft by draft, getting help from friends and editors until you finally get the final draft in a finished story, article, or book. But even though it's a final draft to us, to you, it's the first and only one you see. It's like we get to be a bank robber who breaks in but gets to start over and over if we ever get caught. Or a basketball player who plays the big game 50 times, but the opponent never even realizes it. If you read a great book and think, how did they do it? How is this so good? Now you know. And you can be so good too. All you have to do is have the knowledge and patience to time travel, go back and do more drafts until it's the best it can be.
That is so cool. Are writers the only ones who can time travel?
Not at all. Other artists, like painters and musicians and dancers can. So can anyone in a creative activity, from a teacher designing a lesson plan to a chef devising the world's greatest birthday cake. Use time travel, drafting, going back and doing it again and again, alone or with a little help, and then present it to the world as if it's for the first time.
Yum. A time travel birthday cake. If you need a volunteer, I'm happy to bring a fork to your next draft.
Are you ready for today's poem?
Yes, I am. Who's it by?
It's by Laurel Nakanishi, and it's from My Brother in 8 panels. They say he looks foreign, my brother. They say he steams kale. They say he eats as he walks, lunch hour, shoving a burrito into his mouth. They avoid saying hello at these times. They say he never wants to return home. Was it the sun pouring into his cement-walled room all through our childhood? They say he is happy with the distance that oceans make.
Whoa. Deep. Can I read it?
Yeah, I love that.
From My Brother in 8 Panels by Laurel Nakanishi. They say he looks foreign, my brother. They say he steams kale. They say he eats as he walks. Lunch hour, shoving a burrito into his mouth. They avoid saying hello at these times. They say he never wants to return home. Was it the sun pouring into his cement-walled room all through our childhood? They say he is happy with the distance that oceans make.
Powerful. What do you picture when you read this poem?
Well, I picture this kid who's a bit of a loner, and it's kind of strange. He eats food while walking. They say he steams kale, and it seems like he's a little estranged from his family.
Yeah. And not just his family, the poet herself, right? Because it's my brother.
Mm-hmm.
They are separated by...
Oceans and oceans.
This poet lives in Hawaii, I know. I wonder if her brother lives in the mainland of the United States or another country altogether.
Maybe he lives in Zanzibar.
Maybe. We know they were together as children because she says our childhood. Where was he based in their childhood?
In a cement-filled room with sunlight pouring through the windows.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to return home. There's a mysterious character in this poem, or characters. Do you know who I mean? It's not her. It's not her brother. It's a word that occurs even more often.
They.
They say he looks foreign. They say he steams kale. They say he eats as he walks. They avoid saying hello. Who do you think they are?
I picture a bunch of relatives gossiping.
Yeah, gossipy aunts and uncles saying, your brother, he looks foreign. Your brother, he has a burrito. Your brother, we can't talk to him. Your brother, he's happy without you. It's hard. It can be hurtful.
Yeah.
You don't have a brother or a sister,
No.
but you have aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents that are in other places. And you probably have had friends at school that moved away. I'm not sure. Do you picture people once they leave your orbit? Do you feel like there are people in your heart right now that you'll follow one way or another, no matter where they go?
Yeah, I do. And next time I'm downtown and I see someone eating a burrito, I'll think, maybe that's someone's brother. And if I'm brave, I might even say to them, hey, if you have a sister, she's wondering how you are.
Last segment of the show. Do you have a vexing question for me?
Yes, I do. We got 4 vexing questions, all from members of the Hayes family in Jackson, Tennessee. We're going to do one this time and one next time.
Ooh, what's this one?
This one is from Abbott Hayes. Abbott's vexing question is, how do engines work?
Let me power up and get going to the answer.
Chugga, 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 chugga. Research!
I'm back, and I've got the answer to Abbott's vexing question. An engine is a machine that converts power into motion. That power might come from wind or water, fire or sunlight, animals, or even other human beings. The force at work is applied to pistons, blades, nozzles, or gears, which turn other mechanical components, setting things in motion in a chain. Take a typical car engine. Continuous, precise mini explosions push bike pedal-like pistons up and down in long metal tubes called cylinders. The cylinders, in turn, are connected by rods to a crankshaft, which spins the wheels of the car, and off you go. These mini explosions happen in 4 stages. Intake, when air and fuel enter. Compression, when the air and fuel are squeezed together. Power, when a spark plug fires and forces the piston down. And exhaust, when the piston comes up again to push out the burned gases. Of course, there are much simpler engines and much more complicated ones. But that's enough for a classic road trip or your daily bus ride to school.
It never occurred to me that explosions powered my school bus. It's like there's a whole fireworks display hidden under the hood.
You Must Know Everything is produced by me, Jeremy Smith, and her, Rasa Smith, with awesome music by Furniture. To get your own shout-out and birthday greeting, vote on which vexing questions we should answer, and much more, go to patreon.com/youmustknoweverything or follow the Patreon link at youmustknoweverything.com. Please rate, review, and share the show with friends. And please join us next time for everything you need to know.